10 after? 8 to 10 minutes, but inside.
So I'm a Florida, that was sitting in Stevie next
That
to me
is?
the other day, and one of the surgeons comes up and goes, why do you have all these flex muscles working? Where's all our nurses also? I'm like, I don't know, play dumb.
Yeah. Well. Three and three out.
Did that one girl come back?
The one?
That I partnered with today?
She came back like the next Thursday. Back to the job.
So tell me if this is weird, like, you know, talking about the heat conversation. I have a harder time in it.
Yep.
And that's kind of why, oh my God, it's gi day. I gotta.
Yes, I consider no gi normal mode and gi hard mode.
I consider it all.
See.
But I started out in, you know,
Yeah. I think it's perspective. Some days I feel like the gi's more difficult, some days no gi's more difficult. But I don't imagine I would like a world where you couldn't do both.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten some of the worst jiu-jitsu tips off of YouTube videos. I'm like, oh,
Listen,
I'm
you
gonna try
should
that.
have been here yesterday morning.
Do what?
I was rolling with Fran, a guy I work with. He's a nurse.
Yeah.
He showed up and we were rolling. He hugs him. And I'm telling him, I'm like, and then at the end, he goes, so put your arm down. Armbar, he looks up at CJ and goes, I trusted you.
It's like we're in the Armbar triangle family. Like one's gone, the other's there.
He was like, I trusted you. But nah, he was cool about it. All right, guys, partner up.
Partner blue.
We're gonna do, we're going back escapes. No resistance. Get your grip. Just let them work. Let them work out. This is your warm up. So no super high intensity escapes. Once you escape to a good position, you just go right back to it. I'll tell you guys when to switch. Ready? Go. Remember, nice and easy. We're letting them escape because this is a warm up. So no super grips, no super holds. We're just kind of getting out. We're working into it, especially today of all days because it's super cold.
Yeah. I don't think I've had that much trouble getting my feet loose. See this lock he puts on it there?
Yes, that's an interesting strategy. Just see where his foot's at.
It's a heavy guard too. Trying to get better at that one CJ told me, scooting down.
Yes, sir.
People don't have their boots good around the legs, they usually try.
May make you put your own feet across. Oh shoot.
That's like delicious. Just putting it there in the wrong spot.
He's been that to me a couple times.
Say what?
Oh, Matt shoots on it.
Matt shoots done it to you? That sounds like a very shooty move to do.
Yeah.
Is he working a different shift now?
Yeah, he does. He's gonna be gone in the morning times for all next year. They'll just be evenings. Ooh. Go ahead and switch.
Yes, sir.
Switch, switch, switch. Go.
Shooting up looking at me through my arm over your head.
Yeah. My head there.
Oh, that's good. Kind of aim your head for my upper chest while you turn.
Yeah, just pinning you basically. Make sure that arm can't do anything. Oh, yeah. There it is. Can't just give it to you, Dad. Can't just give it to you. Too easy. His old big birthday ain't gonna give it to you out the show. Well, she gonna try to give it to you, but she gonna try to do it.
Hector Candy Land,
There you go. Happy birthday. They all came from the same trailer park.
I like that switch out, like a little too much resistance on this side, go to the right.
Yeah.
Just trying different things. That's not bad.
Time. All right, guys, fix your geese. All right. Today we're going to get out some arm bars. We'll do 3, and they'll tie together. So we start here. Now, there's different ways to hold your arm bar to protect your arm in this scenario. One of those is here. The closer that you tuck this arm in, the more opportunity you have to hold it and sustain it. And then if you can wiggle this arm here underneath their thigh. You can see how it looks. This gives you the opportunity to really lock this in. Now, doesn't mean you're super safe, just means you've locked it in from the arm bar for the moment, right? Because They'll pull on it, they might switch to bicep slicers, all kinds of other stuff. But right here, you have a pretty good spot. I don't recommend holding your own knee unless you have to for a moment, because some guys, they'll end up choking themselves holding on to their own knee. It's an interesting situation. But don't grab like this. This is not a strong grip. And the more your grips are out and up like this, the more vulnerable you are. Okay? He can start to break those grips. You can pull both of them together. But if you come down like this, right, we're here. If he tries to pull, he pulls into the back of his leg with this hand. It will be uncomfortable on this arm, but you know, that's better than getting your arm stretched out. So, first what we're going to do is we're going to just do, let's call it born again, because we're going to get here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do switch, and we're going to put our head on the back of his leg, or on the back of my head on his leg. I'm going to be here. I'm going to pick my hips up off the mat so that my body is light and everything's laying on that leg, so he can't reinsert it over the top of my face. And then I'm just going to wiggle up while I'm protecting my arm. Once I get here, the arm bar's gone. Now, there are other submissions, wrist locks, things like that. But once we get here, we can start to switch around, come up to a better position. If at least nothing else, you can work into the close start. Okay? Let's say you only got here. If you bubble up and bridge, if you can, bring your hand down, like I said, to that collar for a second. Get your head on the back of their leg, or the back of your head on their leg. And then you would just wiggle up. Once you're free, you can start to push this down by your hips so that you can really be safe from that arm bar. If you can't do like the acrobatic spin your hips, just come up, and you would just roll over. Is it gonna be that easy? Probably not, but you're not getting arm bar. Okay? That's easy. Let's tie that into the other one that we're gonna do. The other one we're going to do is, I'll do the two easier ones and then we'll do the one with lots of steps. Okay, so we're here, all right? This escape you can't do if he has a certain lock. So if he gets like a Kimura-like lock on this arm, you won't be able to do this escape, all right? But if he's here, then you can do this one. All right, and what it's going to require is that you, okay, switch his arms. It's still going to work, okay? It would have worked this way, but it'll definitely work this way, right? So what you do is you have your arms locked, and what I want you to do is just test them to see if they're going to fall over. If they fall over, we go into our third one, because all these play off of each other. This one, though, switch your arms, and he's holding my leg. But if I bump him, and he doesn't want to fall down, he posts. Either on my leg or he'll post on the mat. If you get him to post on the mat, now if you get him to post on the mat, if I just go this way, he'll hold the leg. But if I go that way, he posts. I immediately swing my legs towards him, high leg, clamp down on my own hand. This hand is gonna come to his foot, and watch how I do this. I grab the back of his leg, watch my legs. One foot, I definitely keep this locked because I'm still in danger, and I start to rotate this way as I push that up towards his head. Once I get to this position, I will replace this hand with that hand. Don't let this go off of your leg before you're able to put it here. Because from here, he can still armbar me. And it's actually a very tight armbar from there. So I'm keeping this here till I can replace it. Now, if he still had the loop around my arm, it doesn't matter. He'd be pulling me into his own leg. I'll switch my hips. I'll reach up for a collar, pull him to me as I start to come up. I like to go around the backside and not have to fight with his legs. Now remember, these are all situational. We're here defending. If he's like this, it works still, right? Watch. I'm going to bump him that way. If he falls, then I can work my way up. If it's like this, I can automatically go here and then start to fall because there's no post there. Hand comes to this leg. Don't let him cross. If he crosses, we can still push it. You're just going to have to take your time a little more until you can get here. Now, if he goes to push or pull, he pulls my arm into the back of his leg, making it more difficult for him. I can then grab to anchor myself to him. As I thread the needle, come up. Arm comes out. All right, bounce between those two. Anybody see him again? No? his hand's on my leg, I feel it, right? He doesn't have that grip, so I know I can work his escape. So what I'm gonna do is, if I push him this way, he just posts on my leg. It's not gonna change anything. But and he doesn't wanna go, we're here. Notice my legs are here, I'll scoot closer, lock it tight. I don't waste time, I come up here to this leg and I begin to push. I push it to him as I move my hips away from him. Hand comes here. I reach for the collar. I like the collar on the bottom because it's real, his shoulders can't really turn away from me. If I get this one, he can turn his shoulders away and then start to make more distance. I keep this close and I start to come up. Good. All right, I'm going to do the partner's hip shot. 1, 2, 3. First one's the easiest, second one's more difficult, the last one has a lot of moving parts. Born again.
I want to throw my own bicep and maybe his leg.
Let me see. So, let your arms go. So you see how, what's your name, sir? Levi, nice to meet you. So when he pulls this, he pulls the whole thing and he pulls his own leg into the back of the leg. Now that's gonna suck over here if he's got it double. Your goal here is to get that up, so you would make a bridge or scoot, and now put your head on the back of his leg, and then go back to your hands. And then you're just gonna wiggle, start walking your body away. See how the heavy pressure on the leg, so it's not easy for him to move. And then you can turn it to guard, or you can just move around one way or the other. And you guys can switch back and forth as you go.
Let's keep up. Because I know that second move, man, we're going to need.
Yeah. We'll walk you through it. Well, just wait for the third one. Careful on that one. Because if that hand gets loose, he's going to try and fire. Just be careful. That arm that's still in,
Yeah.
bring it out.
We need both, man.
Don't do this. Don't bring it to you because he still has
I
access.
had to go last week, man.
You're going to reach for the back pocket.
They're all speak easy. Yeah.
All right.
That,
Other one.
What's it like? Black mirrors are there.
So which way you need to bridge it? Take him this way. But you don't take him that way, he's focused on your leg. Take him back. So just stop. Walk your hips towards him. Knee comes high and you're gonna clamp down there. This hand automatically comes to this leg and pushes up. Now with that foot, push his foot to him and walk your hips towards me. Stop. Replace your hand here. Now you're out. Reach for the shoulders. Then you gotta reach up for his collar. Well, you're moving that leg out of your way?
Yeah.
So you could adjust. You could adjust. I would say adjust that, but reach for his collar while you're adjusting. So pull it tight, elbows into the ribs. Nice. That foot collapses him down so he can't move. See, not bad. Which one you guys doing the first one?
Two.
Number 2? Yep. So you gotta bump him to give him post. Alright, so wait, you bumped him this way, bump him. Nice. So they posts, right? So now, this hand, now, hold on, pause. This knee is close to his head, but you lift this knee high, slam your hand into the crack of your knee, and it clamps on it. Yes. Now this hand comes to the ankle. You're gonna do this. You're gonna push this to him as you use this foot to move away. Keep going, keep going. Stop. Replace your hand with your other hand. Yes. Now, you come out. Now you should be able to reach up and grab a collar. Don't under, go over. No, go back. This comes up over and grabs that collar, and then now you can start to walk up.
Do you like bottom side collar?
I like the bottom side collar like I was showing you. If you grab the top, you can turn his shoulders away, but you grab the bottom, it can't turn into you, so he's forced up. And you just want the bend in his neck, so he doesn't have that spinal. He's kind of like,
You're gonna have guys that literally come here.
There's a few steps. Yeah. Let me try that. Is it set up the same here?
you can. Just know that when it's time, and actually you can, because this will be next to his ankle whenever it's time. So you need to get him to post his hand. Now, your leg's up here. Oh, your leg's up here already. Don't kick him in the head. But you're here. Take this hand out, slap it in your, no, wrong hand. The danger hand. Now clamp down hard on the meat of your hand. Immediately slide that down or push that leg up. Now here's the deal. You gotta do two things at once. And get your hand underneath it. Stop. This leg is now gonna come here and you're gonna push that to his head while you move your hips again.
You got guys.
Stop.
that sit here
Replace your
like
hands.
This.
Uh-huh.
That way they
Good.
have
Now,
nice
this
solid
hand,
arm, right?
you can help to move this out of your way if you need.
This underhook.
But as soon as you get enough ability, you want to reach up and grab that collar with this hand. Pull it down, and then start to walk to that. Nice.
Leg down, first leg to the bottom hand. Top leg on top side. And he's going to turn it on.
Oh, 11.
Moving forward. Yes.
So initially we're about to test. Right.
Yes, boom. But you're already here. Slap your hand to your thigh. Wrong hand. Always. There you go. Lock it in.
Because I need this one.
You need it. Yeah. That's the danger when you're locking it in, so it's tough for him to get at it. The few seconds he's trying to break that grip, walk your hip towards me and push his leg. Now switch your hands. Once you're safely, you can switch your hand. Boom. Now you can actually, I like reaching for the collar. You don't have to push his leg down. Start crawling up his back. Nice. I like to reach for the collar because if he's going to scramble when he sees you leaving and his legs are crossed. He's going to start wiggling away. If you grab that, there's no way to keep it. I'm looking forward to it.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Boy,
Just backward. Disengage. Reset.
Nope.
Disengage. You
Nope.
control.
Yeah, yeah.
It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. Go back a step. I'll show you how easy it is. Get here. Now, bridge it. Boom.
Yeah.
See how this is here?
Get a spot.
Lean it over some. Lock your own leg. Now, it's here for a minute now. He might be able to break it. Hand immediately comes to this leg. And then now with this leg in that arm, you start walking away, as you angle it, replace, now your arm's safe. From there, it's what you want to do. I just like to grab the collar because it keeps good contact, compresses their spine. That's a very good strategic way to get in there and get it safe. Once you replace your hands, whatever you're ready to get you just know that this arm is safe now. And you've got their legs pretty much connected, and they're compressed. So once you come out of that, you can come up on top. You know how you like. I just like to reach and grab that collar because when I do that, you here. Whatever one you guys want. I'll work with you real fast so you can feel what it's like. So you get here, right? I'm defending whatever, and I'm gonna go that way. I'm locked in. Just seems like he needs to come underneath. I push. I replace. When did you feel like you had a moment to get away?
Probably before you grabbed the lower collar, maybe. Maybe, but you had so much pressure throughout the entire, once that really sunk it all, and then heavy the whole way through.
Headed the rest of the way. Because look, guys, well, when we go into this next one, you're gonna see your partner just tried to armbar you. Okay? And while we don't want to hurt our training partners, we definitely don't want to be so light with them that they just never feel threatened.
Yeah.
And you never get the reactions that you want. With this next one, this is the third. So you have the one off your head, you have the one where you protect your arm, but then this third one, you come up on top, and they're on the bottom. So you go from here up on top. This is the one, there's going to be a voice in your head when you do this. Might not be right now, but it'll be when you're rolling. And that little voice is a liar, and that little voice is going to say, do not listen to this at all. That's the devil. Because from experience, from both angles, being the guy doing the armbar and having somebody try to stand up, and being the guy who, for some ungodly reason, in the gi, thought I could just stand up and pull my arm out. You'll feel a little bit of loose laxity there. It's not real. It's fake. If you stand up, what happens is the person on bottom is a coil. You'll see the position. They're coiled down. They're pressed into this position. But they're ready to explode for this armbar. So any light removal of your pressure is going to increase their extension. And if you go quickly, they go quickly. And quickly on an arm bar is never good. Okay? Especially in an uncontrolled environment where they're pushing to the ceiling and you're the only thing keeping them from arm barring you, and then all of a sudden, because you think you're just going to be able to go like this, you sit up and their hips explode in the direction that your arm don't bend. There's no stop. You're going to get a couple, maybe one, maybe two pops in your elbow before they let go, because they're pushing so hard. You're resisting. It's force on force. So we have to be smart. We have to be technical. We have to be patient. Okay? There's keys to this that are going to make this really effective that you have to remember, and the rest of it is important. But if you can't get these one or two keys down, this whole thing's going to be a murder for you. It's going to be a bloodbath. You're going to get hurt, or you're going to get submitted, and you're like, this don't work. Well, you probably didn't focus in on one or two of these keys. Okay, so we're here. Now, remember we bumped in that way. This time, we want to come up on top. We want to come up on top, okay? And you can go here. Oh! I like to do this. I walk my hips away. I'm going to elevate my hips, and then I'm going to helicopter my legs. So I come up, create a lot of movement. Once I get here, you guys see my shoulders? Are they square or are they dipping?
Pretty square.
Pretty square. Watch this. This hand is free now. I'm putting pressure. I get a collar grip, thumb in, across his neck, and I'm going to dip my shoulder to his head, putting that collar grip down. And it's powerful. I'm going to loosen up for the demo. Lawnmower. Boom. It's out. Grab the back of his pants. Bring that in on. I'm going to let go. Put the demonstration. Put that on his chin. Let him die. Keep this down. If I don't and I lift my head too much, CJ shoots his hips up. Drop. Boom. I die. Flip. Notice my feet position. Safe. As long as I keep my head down, you can't extend. I can feel free to let go of this, and I'm going to start reaching for that collar. I like to come in, so I'll maybe bring, oh, the shoulder goes deep. I turn in on it. Hands in the pants, lift if you need to. Head stays tight. When I'm ready, I'll start to turn as I reach for his opposite collar, chest forward. Now I'm in my side control. There is no obligation for you to stop choking me. I do that because we're demonstrating. If I were in a real roll, I don't go light on that collar choke. I go deep as I can, and I drop my elbow to the mat. And why does the guillotine work? Because we put the wedge of our forearm under their neck, and we bend their head. If I do this on the bottom, there's something wrong with it. You put somebody's forearm, and then I start to get choked. It's the same principle, except you're just lifting them on top of their own neck.
The story's not fake, folks.
There's no.
Not fake.
So, a lot of people, if you get to that position where you got the pants up and you're there, guess what? Hold them there. They'll tap, or they'll start flailing their legs about to get away. But you have to be smart, because if you lift your head up and your arm is still in the middle, you get triangle. That's why I like to keep it up. Then I'll start to reach around and turn the corner. Then I put my arm out. I don't get down. So your head will keep that leg pressed down. Okay? If you lighten your head up, they'll swing their leg around and catch the triangle. Potentially. But my shoulders were square. When I go for that bread cutter, I lean my shoulders in. What does that do? It folds in, and all my weight drives down on top of him. So when he's here trying to extend up, all my weight's pushed in. Also like this. So there's no going that way. It's all here. don't get pushed too far over. That's why I like the bread cutter, and I drop this elbow back, so my pressure's not all forward, it's kind of back as well, okay? And then once you lean up, and when you're ready, if you don't get the tap from just being in that position, then you can circle around, and then you can go to the other side, right? You can get it. You're good. All right. Arm brings it apart. 1, 2, 3. I have to remember that the demo person doesn't usually proceed. So walk away a little bit. Here's what you're gonna think. Just throw your legs up, apart, and go like this. The leg closer to him goes down as your elbow comes across. Protect that arm. See how you're here? He would arm bar you. Yeah. So he would just arch your back. There you go. So go back. Now remember, you gotta hold on to it. So get a grip, out of a grip. Just a cable is fine because you're about to do a transition, right? Walk your legs away. Now shoot them up in the air and spin. All the way up. Come up to your knees. Up to your knees. Drive. Now you're here. Switch your. See how your posturing is like that? You gotta switch it. Go back to the way you were. Can you push your arms out? Push him this way. Your legs, rather, not your arms, your legs. Can you rock him this way? No. Kick your legs. See how he's lifting you up? He's extending that arm bar. Now go back down for me. Go back down for me. Now switch your legs. Now turn your shoulder to his head. No, the other way. Now, can you extend that up? No. Now take that hand that's defending your arm. Your arm's not bending right this second. Thumb in. Like this. 4 fingers. All the way to the mat. Drop your elbow. And lean in. Doesn't have to be powerful. Just lean. Grab the back of the pants. And now you can lift it up more. Go ahead and relax. And work at that. Yeah.
That is not comfortable.
No, it's not. Remember I said, you're trying to armbar.
Yeah.
So it's not comfortable. So now go ahead and start from the beginning, go back to it, but this time, turn the corner. Okay? Don't reach in and grab it, but don't just give all the pressure on the neck so that it'll work passage. Up to your knees, up to your knees. Right foot out. Remember, and reach in and turn your shoulder. Remember, it's the turning of the shoulders. Put your head on that leg. So I slide down by my knee. I put that in. Now, go all the way to the elbow. Now get your arm out. Boom. Now turn the corner. Switch your hand. There you go. That way. It was learned from experience. Not doing right.
And I'm sure you can ask him.
If you do the wrong thing enough, you start to learn how to do right.
Times I've been necessity fell under, crown of my head straight across, and we're stuck there. Because I'm not gonna get crossed.
Before you do anything, you gotta grab your hands. You have to move in, right? Just the way you had it set. That's fine. That's fine. Now, you're gonna walk them around now, if you can, up and rotate. And your bottom leg's gonna shoot towards me. Perfect. Now walk up on your knees. Go. You gotta walk up. Your right leg comes out, your left knee goes to the ground. Now, reach with your left hand as you dip your shoulder down. Left hand goes thumb in under the chin. Now put your elbow on the mat. Turn, and this does 2 things. And I'll tell you in a second. Right now, one more your arm out, nice and easy. Grab the back of the pants. Lift him up. There you go. Now, when you're ready, you can turn the corner. So pull them up, elbow to the mat, elbow to the mat, elbow to the mat. Nice. Now turn the corner, walk the other corner. There you go. Take your right hand and reach across and grab his other collar. That way you never miss a beat on these. Now you can get your elbow out. Now the elbow usually comes to the mat on that side. So what does rotating the shoulders do? Well, let's see, one position leads to the next. So when I reach in for that thumb and collar, and I say I gotta put my elbow on the mat, what does it do to my shoulders? It makes me get on even more. Which accomplishes more pressure. But it's the third thing. As I'm here, legs over my head, I gotta get this arm out. And I pull it through his hips. Push to help you. But when I turn, his hips come higher, and my arm changes position, and I get from my arm. here, push position behind my elbow. When I rotate down, my elbow then comes up. Grab the pants.
Right.
You don't get submission. And what you do is you start to circle. And then hip forward so that their legs go. Give that another shot, guys. Throw on that one.
I was telling you, like, I try to, instead of reaching for the opposite collar, very index, I tuck my elbow on my knee because we've been stuck in this double under position how many times now? Many. And then Pablo too, it's all of it, we're stuck. I'm like, I'm not gonna get tried. And so it's kind of weird. Anytime that guy gets here, we gotta cross.
Yeah. So when you're putting that thumb in, right? Remember I was square with my shoulders. Thumb in, and you drop your elbow. What that does is it leads to you turning your shoulders, right? So this move leads to me turning my shoulders, which creates more pressure on the head, with the legs pressing in. But it also, watch my other arm, which straightens it, brings the hips up.
Can you put your legs on?
If I don't do that, my arm hits the collar bone. Can't get out. But this leads to more pressure and rotating, which also leads to more elevation of hips, and then I can make my arm out. So it's important that you do that. I don't want square shoulders, I want an angled shoulder towards their head. So that all the pressure I can generate. Which is why I get my arm out.
Yeah, I did too. You saw that the first time. Yeah, I heard that.
This one's supposed to. You can, if you need to, walk this up and put it underneath their hips to keep them up high if you need to. Maybe they're heavier or bigger. But be careful, because if they're dynamic, this allows them to relax. They're no longer keeping their own posture. They're letting their hips sit on your knee, and they may be able to do something with that. So just be aware that holding their hips up may help them. I tend to keep just straight pressure on. This here, reach. When I drop my elbow, look at my shoulders rotating. More pressure, choke, and now my arm can come out and grab the pants. Lean a little more if you need to. If you're there and then they're tapping, great. If they don't tap and you want to move to progress the position, then I'll come around the corner. Before I let this go, I'll reach around and grab the other one. You can, if your grips are good and you want to, probably just finish the collar choke from there, especially if they've been getting choked. That other hand on the thing, you just pull forward, because at that point, you're turning the corner and you've got their whole leg compressed to their knee to their head. But you know what? That's nice. It's kind of gimmicky. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily do the right thing. Pass around to the side, get a dominant position, work from there. Okay? And wrist lock them all the way. Any questions, guys? All right, 1, 3, 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh. So those tie together. How do they tie together? So I'm getting attacked by an armbar. If that person has that Kimura lock on my arm, I'll do the third one. Because their hands aren't going to stop you from pushing them over, and then you come up, and that's a very safe and controlled escape. If their hands aren't in the Kimura, you can maybe think about here. If the first one you should try is a little bump in a bridge to see if you can get your head out. If that doesn't work, what kind of lock do they have on my arm? Well, they got a regular just laced under my elbow. Cool. Make them post, throw the leg, walk it out. If they've got that Kimura on your arm and it's super tight, roll up into the top position, keeping everything nice and solid, lots of pressure, choke threat, turn the shoulders, arm comes out, make it hurt. You don't want to make it hurt anymore, turn it around. So lots of options for you guys. All right, keep together. 5.